Zach, my friend, it's been far too long. I mean, what a crazy year, but a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to have some Elite League hockey. You must be pumped.
Yeah, I think if anyone had told us in March last year when the season got cut short that we wouldn't be playing any hockey until the following March, I think everyone would have laughed in your face. But the situation currently, I think everyone's just eternally grateful that we can get back on the ice and play. I think it'll be a great little series. I think it's been set up really well, and everyone's staying in Nottingham, playing in Nottingham. I think that will be kind of add a new dynamic to the tournament cup series.
Yeah, I think, as you said there before, it is going to be really competitive. It's going to be really interesting to watch. But I think players and fans alike are just going to have to go with the flow with this one. You know, there's going to be a few things that perhaps aren't perfect. It's going to be a bit strange for fans of the Elite League that don't have their teams there. But I guess just get behind it and let's just support some Elite League hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think all the teams have, talking to the guys that I know from around the league, all the teams have their British guys entering into the draft. So even if, I know that the Scottish teams and it's just the English teams, excluding Guildford, the players are still going to be playing. It's still going to be the players that the fans are used to watching week in, week out. Probably be weird seeing them in different teams' jerseys, but
yeah, absolutely.
I think we've just got to take it as it is. We're extremely lucky to be playing any kind of hockey. Some guys haven't played hockey since last March. I've been lucky enough to be playing with London Raiders in the EIHL Spring Cup at the moment. And I'm eternally grateful to them as well, because when September came around, there was no hockey, and then it was November, no hockey, and then January, no hockey. We just want to get on the ice, and we just want to play the sport that we love and put on a spectacle for the fans that love to come and watch us.
What have you been doing with yourself in the time? I mean, a year's a long time. I can remember, I mean, we spoke, I can't even remember if that interview went out. We spoke about you re-signing for the Storm in the summer months. I mean, I think I sat out in my garden. It was the start of lockdown, but we were still hopeful that we'd get another season. And here we are, nearly 12 months later. I mean, what have you done in that period?
Yeah, I think back then I pretended that I was doing some kind of garden workout. It's been off my back at the time. But no, it's sorry, that's my WhatsApp going.
Right.
Just kind of, I've been, I'm lucky enough. My mum owns a nursery back in Surrey, so I've been helping out there. And like I said, now I'm again lucky enough to be playing with Romford. A couple of the guys there I played with when I was younger, so it's been good to have a chance to play with them, because I never thought I would again. And it's kind of reignited that a little bit of fire in my belly for hockey again. Really enjoying it at the moment, even if the results aren't necessarily going our way. But yeah, just kind of surviving. I've signed up with Game Plan Financial, so there's another Game Plan Financial advisor out in there. But yeah, just kind of doing what everyone's doing, I think, just kind of trying to get by. And obviously been struggling not being able to see my friends up in Glasgow and around the country, and counting down the days till I can drive up to Glasgow and have an Nando's with my best friend.
Yeah, I think we all have that, what we're going to do, when lockdown does come down and you get able to go for that first meal out.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I think the last meal I had out might have been Nando's up in Aberdeen, funnily enough. Yeah, it's strange in different times, but I think we've adjusted. And as I said beforehand, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. What sort of, before you started playing, I mean, I called it Romford, but I don't think it is Romford. It's the London.
It's London Raiders. It was
London
Romford.
Raiders,
and, I don't know the entire club history, but their rink got knocked down, and they were promised a new rink. And I think they played in Lee Valley for a couple of years, so they changed the name to just Raiders. And I think their actual team name is London. The actual team name is London Raiders now, so it's just London Raiders. But it is played out.
Yeah. So how long did you go without actually hitting the ice?
I was quite lucky. I spoke to Sean kind of around the time when it wasn't looking like Elite League was going to start. And Finner kind of texted me and said, start looking for other teams. It doesn't look likely. You have our blessing to kind of go and talk to other teams and get on the ice. And I think I summarised with them from about June, and we were training 2-3 times a week. And then the second November lockdown hit. I think I went and played for Milton Keynes, not very well. So apologies to all the Milton Keynes fans. But yeah, I've been extremely lucky. We've had our elite sports status for a few months, and we've just been on the ice as much as we can. And yeah, when all the guys heard that the Spring Cup was starting, we were all really happy. I think everyone didn't really believe it at first that we were actually going to play some games. So it's
how frustrating was it as well? Perhaps because there was a few. I know that Finn and Jamie and the other clubs had been working in the background trying to get something arranged for the league. It looked like it died a death, and then kind of resurrected. I think there was obviously a lot of politics in play, which you and me we're not party to, we're not particularly interested in. But I mean, just how frustrating was that?
I mean, look, obviously, I would have loved to come back to Manchester and like I said to Finna when this got announced, and of course, if he wants me, I'm coming back. That's always going to be the case. But I think just trying to work out how to say this diplomatically enough. I think the politics that came into play kind of tarnished the fact that there was hockey coming back.
Yeah.
I think if a message of solidarity had come out saying this is great, go and support them, we'll do everything we can to help, I think that would have played out a lot better than what actually happened. But then again, I'm not a PR guru.
No, and as you say, that's a whole different subject we can get into. The whole UK politics. Not the time and place to do that. I don't think. We just need to celebrate the fact that we do have hockey at both the EIHL level and the Elite League level coming back. What are you expecting from this mini series, Jack? Zach.
Jack,
Where did Jack come from?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be. I think there might be that kind of period of rustiness for some guys. Obviously, the majority of the English, British guys have been playing in this EIHL Spring Cup, so we've kind of had that ice time. But some guys will probably have that kind of standard period of rustiness that that pre-season usually gets out of the way in a normal season. But no, it's. I think it's been made pretty clear that it's a precursor for GB camp. So anyone that has any interest in trying to break into that GB squad, they're going to be going as hard as they can. I nearly swore there. They're going to be going as hard as they can because they want to prove a point, and I think that will only make the hockey better and make it more competitive. And obviously, it's not a full Elite League season. We won't have that yet this year, but I think the competitiveness might even be higher than a normal season because of what's on the line. It's an opportunity to go to prove to the GB coaching staff that you're good enough for the GB squad. So I think there's going to be a lot of competitiveness, and I hope that a few young guys get the chance to play that normally don't get the chance because of the import rule and XYZ. And no, I think it's a great opportunity for some players to make a name for themselves and really give the coaching staff of the GB team headaches because it's been made clear it's a precursor for GB. So I hope it's very, very competitive, and I think that competitiveness will just drive everyone to play better.
And I think we've seen it a little bit in the NHL where they have these conferences at the moment where a lot of teams are playing each other on a regular basis, and we're seeing some really, really feisty and competitive hockey. You're expecting the same sort of thing? Yeah,
I think it's not just playing against each other, but we're all going to be in Nottingham. We're all going to be training in Nottingham. We're all going to see each other every day. So yeah, it's the tempers will probably boil over at some point.
What's the phrase? Is it familiarity breeds contempt? I think is the word I was looking.
Yeah, that's the phrase. No, it's obviously everyone knows why we're there. We want to put on a show for the fans that have remained loyal all the way through this horrible year, and yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I might, well, I won't say that. I was going to say I might break my duck for an Elite League fight, but might not. Probably won't.
No. Well, see, I mean, the great thing about it as well is the fact that we have these 5 protected players. It's the same coaches, so I'm assuming. I mean, I've not seen the lists complete, but I'm assuming there's still going to be a lot of team identity. So we're still going to have a Ryan Finnerty Manchester Storm side. Doesn't matter who he brings in from the draft. We've got see a few imports coming back who played for us last year. So I'm still expecting Aaron Fox's Sheffield Steelers and Ryan Finnerty's Manchester Storm to be going at it ding dong.
Yeah, well, if they keep running our goalie, we might have to do something. No, it's. I was talking to one of the guys today, and you know, while obviously we had that huge right, I think we played them something like 11 times last season.
Yeah.
And we were going to play them again the day after the season got cancelled. So, you know, obviously, like you said, familiarity breeds contempt. So, but they were the most enjoyable games to play in.
Absolutely.
Needed no, you know, Finner didn't come in the room. He didn't need to fire us up because we were fired up already. We wanted to prove a point. And yeah, I think there's definitely going to be those identities in the teams. I don't think you'd expect anything else from Finner. It's going to be a Finner team. Same with Foxy in Sheffield, and same with Danny Stewart in Coventry as well. You know, they always have a solid team identity. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Sheffield because, like I said, they were the most enjoyable games. You didn't need to psych yourself up. Everything was on the line, and you knew it was on the line. You knew it was going to be a fast-paced game. It was going to be a skillful game, and yeah, they're the games that you play for. They're the games that you play the sport for. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the draft. I think it's a novel idea because it creates a bit of excitement before it starts, and like I said, hopefully with a few less imports, some young British guys that have been waiting for their opportunity take it with both hands.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'd say it's just a shame that we're not in front of the fans just yet, but I'm sure that will come. Any concerns about that side of things? Perhaps, you know, not being able to get up for the games.
No, like I said earlier just now, I struggled a little bit with motivation in the November streaming series. I think just because it was the first time there were no fans, it was kind of that weird sensation of going onto the rink and the music playing and there's no one there.
Yeah.
But no, it's I've kind of identified that as a flaw from my time in Milton Keynes and kind of brought that to Raiders. And no, I think I've got that kind of edge back. And one of the guys I used to play with makes sure I play hard. But no, it was definitely weird back in November. And some guys might take a little bit of adjustment period to kind of get used to having no fans. But it's the situation we're in. I don't think we can moan that there. Obviously, we'd love the fans to be there. We'd love the fans to be there in their thousands. But just the fact that we've got hockey is brilliant. So I think kind of just focus on that positive, and you know, eventually it will all end, and we will all be able to get back to normal life, and the fans will be back to cheer us on.
Well, I have absolutely no doubt at all after speaking to you and speaking to a couple of the other guys as well, and chatting obviously with Ryan, that there's plenty of motivation and everybody are really, really up for this.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're just grateful that we're playing hockey. I think last March kind of made us realise not to take this sport for granted. Be taken away in a heartbeat like it was. You know, to go nearly a year without competitive hockey is a long time, and I've been struggling myself, and I know that a few other guys have been struggling, and it's kind of made us kind of reevaluate that this isn't a right that we have to play hockey. It's an absolute privilege, and I think that will show on the ice. I think guys won't take it for granted, and they're going to go as hard as they can every shift.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Zach. It's great to catch up with you again. And
you didn't talk about my 2 goals I scored on Friday.
Well, you can talk us through them if you want.
I shot my eyes and shot it in the net. They both.
Just hit it as hard as you can, huh?
I took a page out of Daly's book.
Well, I hope to see a bit more of that this season then, perhaps. Huh?
Maybe. Not sure.
PP1 or PP2?
I'll have to text Finner and demand power play 1 after scoring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, great stuff, Zach. Thank you so much for joining us. And I mean, it's really good to see you and start to see some of the other guys. And it's only, not long to go now.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. So, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully, like I said, we can put on some really good hockey for the fans.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Zach.